So this is my Rover 3500 P6. It's 1970. And here in the States, exhaust parts are, you just can't buy them. I guess you can go to a custom shop and get them bent up maybe, but you can't buy anything ready-made. So this exhaust was a little weary when I got it. I think at some point it must have stood in the grass somewhere. You can see it got kind of rusty. And then this piece was really bad, so I sort of made this up out of bits from the local auto parts store, and I found a MagnaFlow muffler that just barely fits in here. It's a little bit bigger than the original round one, but it's not bad. And then I got another MagnaFlow bullet type muffler for the final, and that's been okay, but I just sort of made this out of bits from the parts store, and as you can see, this has been hitting here. This is the rear suspension when I go over bad bumps. So I picked up some pre-bent tubing. It's all 2-inch. The 6-inch radius and a 9-inch radius from JEGS. And today I'm going to try and build this to replace this bit that doesn't fit so well. And if I have good luck with that, see this bit that I made, if I have good luck with that, then maybe I'll buy some more and I'll try to fix that, because that's kind of kludgy. It was difficult between being different sizes, that the mufflers were all 2-inch ID. The original pipes were 1.75 inches, and the mufflers were all 2-inch, because nowadays in America it's hard to find anything smaller than that. So this is probably really a resonator to fit like a Corvette or something like that, something that would just tuck away into the back. But I couldn't find any mufflers smaller body that had a smaller diameter pipe. So I'm going to take a little while and see how these pieces may fit up, and then we'll get back to you. So the first thing I want to do is see what the elevation change is between the muffler and this little notch on the top of the cross member, which is where the pipes are going to go. And of course there's a lot of stuff in the way. The easy way to do that, this is a 2-foot level. I put that in the inside the muffler. There's level. So I got about 8.5 inches from the bottom over here to the top of there. So my first, I'm going to have to come into an S curve and then down here. I want to be coming forward some. I'm thinking that this one, the first one needs to be about, start turning as soon as it exits the muffler, and turn about 45 degrees and come up. I think I need about a 90-degree bend through here, which will bring me back down at 45 on this side, and hopefully that'll be high enough and far enough that it'll clear this, because right now the suspension's all the way down, so it goes up here somewhere. So unfortunately there's not enough room to dry fit any of this without cutting the pipes a bit first. So I'm going to scratch my head a little more, and then I'm going to make my 2 initial cuts in my 2 U-shaped sections so I can get my first swing out of here. And I'll probably cut them just a tad longer than I think, and see how that's going to do coming over the top here. So I'll work with that a bit, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, so I made the first cuts. I'm doing mine on a bandsaw, so you're probably going to have to use a hacksaw yourself, but you want to try to keep it 90 degrees to the angle of the pipe, because when you go to weld these together, if you've got them cut at an angle, one's cut square and one's cut at an angle, it makes 2 different size holes. So better. I did is I laid one pipe on top of the other and then marked both of them with the angles that I wanted. I do have the old piece of pipe I took out of here, and I'm using that on the bench as kind of a guideline because it's a close fit. It's not great. So this looks pretty good to fit here. Now this is sticking out of here a bit too much, and I need to trim that more. What I think I'm going to do is I've put a couple of reference marks on here, and then I'm just going to tack these together with the welder and then fit that back up and see how it looks and go from there. Oh, and I also made a mistake. This is a 2 1/4 inch muffler. So I actually had one laying around. This is 2 1/4 to 2 inch. And I'll wind up welding this onto the real pipe, and then I'll use a clamp here. So you need to be able to take it apart in a couple of places because of the way that it feeds over the chassis and over. So I took a big jack stand and I put some weight into the suspension so I can kind of see where all this is going. So if I look, I got about 3 fingers of suspension travel left, and that's just about where this is crossing over. And when I hold that up like that, that's about what I got, is 3 fingers right there. I'm a little close here, but I want to cut this up higher and start making my curve. So I actually think this is pretty good. So I think I may work with this adapter a little bit because it's a little too long. Can trim it down a bit and then weld it on. So fitted it up, and it really, this is the piece that went in the muffler. This goes over the axle, and then it looks like right in here I can start to curve up again. And I'm gonna, for the tight curve, I've got some more of this tight radius bend for down here, but I want to put maybe 10 or 15 degrees of bend right in here. So I put it in place and I drew this mark on the top, which should tell me the center of where I want it to radius up. So that's the inside of the center of the bend. So this is the Rover Pr tubing bender, which is really designed for plumbing pipes, but we're going to try it on this. All right, let's try that again. So probably would have been easier to put a mark on the top too, but I didn't. So that's the center of it there. Well, that could be a problem. The center to center from the rollers here, I've only got the pipe to about here. So I think it's just going to push out. Because my pipe is short and it's got this bend in it, I can't get it far enough in when the rollers are in the right positions. So I've got the roller on this end because this is the end I'm going to keep. I have just the pin on that end. I took the roller out because I got to trim this anyway. So if I muck up this last 1/2 inch pipe, it's not really going to be that big a deal. So I'll see if I can't get a bit of curve in it here. Well, definitely deforming the end. Oh. So you can see I've messed up this end, which doesn't matter, but I've got a curve here. Doesn't look half bad. I think I want a bit more. So I didn't need to put as much bend in it as I thought, because I wound up cutting way further back than I thought I needed to. But I did manage to unround the end. But I do have these pipe expanders. These are Rover Pr. They're about 15 bucks a piece, and you can't make a pipe bigger, but you sure can't fix it. These are really handy if you've taken the exhaust system apart and the end of the muffler's got a ridge in it from where the muffler clamp went. This is really good at flattening that out. Get it in good and snug like that, and then rather than cranking on this and breaking it, you can take your hammer use it like a mandrel. And you hear that noise change because that just got a lot looser. So you tap it a couple of times and look at that. One full turn of really easy and another turn of tight. And here it goes. Nice and round again. Still a little messed up here, but that's okay. So now we have to fit this up, and I'll be marking these for the correct angle so we can tack those together, see how they look. Well, there it is. What I want to do, pick up a new end for this. It doesn't quite come far enough. That's something I had laying around, but I'll just pick up a stainless steel tip and get it out to about here somewhere. This is the other muffler again, the old muffler. This is the new one. There's the final weld. And you see, I welded the adapter on. This pipe actually comes to about here, but that goes over it and that's clamped, so we can take this apart again. And we're up nice and tight. We're about a half an inch off of the top there because you want a little bit of clearance. Get good space there. And a lot of space here. I checked it with the suspension up. There was still, 4 inches. There was a larger gap here than there was between this buffer and that plate. So I think that'll be okay. And it's all nice and tight. Next thing to try will be probably from this flange back. As you can see, I built this one, but this is that pipe that you get from, this your local auto parts store. It's not very heavy pipe, and I really don't like when it's wrinkled like that. But, it's been on there for a couple of years, so I can't really complain. So that's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll try to have some more content coming up.